Go.
Hello everyone, my name is Vincent Ampadu, and I'd like to tell you a story, a deeply personal story. Exactly 10 years ago, a young man who had just completed his senior high certificate examination was sitting across a table, pen in hand. In front of him lay the application form for the university. He was about to make a decision for what course of study he wanted to pursue at the university. This was supposed to be an exhilarating and exciting time. However, his mood was somber and perplexed. Across the table sat his dad. He too's mood was somber and perplexed. For some unknown reason, this young man had fallen in love with computers and technology and wanted nothing more but to pursue this passion at the university, studying electrical engineering. His father, however, felt different about his career ambition. He felt that the terrain in a developing country wasn't mature enough to merit dedicating an entire career to computer technology. He felt it would be safer choosing something like civil engineering to study at the university. This moment had been the culmination of months of disagreement between the two of them. But eventually this young man yielded and dutifully followed his dad's advice to study civil engineering at the university, even though he didn't want to. This was, however, without consequence, for, amongst other things, it strained their relationship for a number of years afterwards. Even as the young man strayed from his ambitions, he made a promise to himself. He promised himself that he was going to do whatever he could in his power to make it such that no other young man or woman born on African soil would have to steer away from his ambition because of the narrowness of his nation's economy. Because he knew that in a more diverse, more abundant, more rich economy, his dad would have felt different about his career prospects and would have probably allowed him to pursue his passion. That young man was myself. Now, 10 years down the line, this young man, myself, has been involved in a number of free enterprise activities. Amongst other things, I've been involved in wholesale and retail of CDs and diskettes. I've started scanning, printing, photocopying businesses, African greeting cards, establishment, software company, an African fashion line, a number of other free enterprise initiatives, all devoted to this promise he made to himself all those years back. I'm constantly thinking up the next great idea that could create massive opportunities for Africans within the African context. Out of this ambition comes the E-Afrique project. The E-Afrique project basically started as a result of a conversation amongst a number of Ghanaian graduate students based here in the US who share the passion for wanting to create change by way of creating sustainable employment for Africans on the continent, such that the next young man who graduated college wouldn't feel like the best possible thing that could happen to him was getting a visa to leave the country and go and make it in someone else's economy. We wanted to make it such that we could match idea bearers and investors who would be willing to fund the ideas of young, enthusiastic, talented African students. However, we felt like we needed a pretext in order to advance this cause. We needed to accomplish something ourselves that we could fall back on as to gain the credibility for people to want to invest in other people's ideas through us as the medium. And that's how the E-Afrique project got born. The central idea of the E-Afrique is to create an electronic currency to make it possible for Africans based on the African continent with no access to credit or debit facilities to basically go online and make a purchase and have it delivered to them through the medium of a safe, reliable, and secure logistics system to have it delivered to their homes or at their workplaces. The team we've put together to bring this vision to fruition is comprised of myself, Vincent Ampadu, who is a master's graduate student, who's a graduate. I had my master's from Purdue University in structural engineering. I serve as the chief executive officer. And then we have Yao Nyante, who is an electrical engineering PhD at Florida State University, who serves as our Chief Information Officer. We have Adams Makchibu, who is a civil engineer and a project manager at a leading telecommunications company in Ghana, who serves as our Chief Marketing and Promotions Officer. We have Daniel Bampo, who is an environmental engineering PhD student based here in Purdue University, who serves as our Chief Operations and Logistic Officer. We have Nathan Kwadade, who is a graduate from Yale Computer Science Department, who serves as our Chief Technology Officer and is also the founder of IOTA Digital Labs based in New York. And then last but not the least, we have Jesse Kwabnadapa, who is our Chief Financial Expert, who currently serves as an actuary in Hartford Insurance Company based out of Chicago, Illinois. This is the team we've assembled together to drive the vision of the E-Afrique, which is supposed to make it possible for Africans to make purchases from any web store they want online and have it delivered to their homes. Take the time to visit our profile. Take a look at everything we have displayed up there for you. Look at what we want to do, why we want to do it, the plan we have in order to bring this to fruition. The initial phase of our project, we require $5,000 in order to fund, and that's the purpose for this campaign. We want to raise $5,000 to fund the initial phase of our project. For a minimum of $100 contribution, we will actually send you a token of an African greeting card and also give you preferential treatment sometime down the line when the company eventually goes public. Go ahead and spread the word to your friends and family, anyone who has an interest in creating the kinds of sustainable change that the world needs, especially Africa, the African continent needs. If you've ever thought about how it is that you could be a part of empowering Africans in order to be part of your own revolution instead of constantly depending on aid, this is one such opportunity you can do so. Thank you so much for listening to me. I've introduced my team members already. Each of them is also going to come up with a video explaining to you what drives them and what led them in the direction of the E-Afrique. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to sending you that African greeting card. Bye-bye.